Hey guys, let's get into another 50 things that Gypsy Rose lied about. Like, girl, Gypsy. I can't even keep up with all of the lies, and honestly, I'm so exhausted. I'm tired of being gaslit, girl. Guys, if y'all go into Google right now and you look up Gypsy Rose Blanchard's net worth, it says $3 million. And coincidentally, Ken Arker, her boyfriend, his net worth is also $3 million. But do y'all remember, I think it was like last year or like a few months ago, when there were texts that came out between Gypsy and another creator, and Gypsy's like, I'm broke. Like, everyone thinks that I have like all this money. Like, I have no money at all. Girl, you had six documentaries, a book deal, a TV show. You were greenlit for another TV show at that time, and you're like, I'm just so poor. And you get paid money on TikTok, and I don't know if y'all know, but TikTok, about the pay is about $1 per 1,000 views, and that does fluctuate. But if you get 1 million views, that's $1,000, and Gypsy's gets millions on millions and millions of views. And she's like, I just don't have all this money. Like, I'm broke. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for a house or pay for rent when I move out of Rod and Christie's house. Like, I have no money. Yet on her TV show, it literally showed that she paid $1,900 to go get a paternity test. Let that sink in, because she also said, we're not doing the paternity test because we have doubts. We know 100% that Ken is Aurora's father. It's not for us at all. This is just to prove to the media that he's the father. So all of these lies and all this attention that you're getting, all of this can just go away. We're only doing this so that other people can know it's not for us at all. And then she made a joke about expediting it and making, like, to make the results come in faster. And she's like, and maybe, like, I'll pay to get it expedited. And she's like, or maybe this is all just a waste of money. Like, acting like $1,900 and then an additional however much it is to get that expedited was just chump change. Like, that's fucking nothing. Like, I don't even have $2,000 right now, and this girl's like, I'm so poor, but I'm gonna spend $2,000 for no reason other to, like, prove a point, basically. Like, I'm sorry, if you were really poor and you didn't know how you're gonna pay your bills and you only have a little bit of money in your savings, there's no reason you would just throw $2,000 out of the window for no reason, right? So obviously, girl, you do have money. Not to mention, whenever she tried her grifting thing and put her baby registry up online for, like, millions of people to see and hopefully buy her stuff, her whole thing was, no, I didn't receive a single thing. No one bought me anything at all. Someone hacked it or something, and people made it look like it was sold out, but I didn't receive a single thing. Like, I had to buy everything myself. I didn't receive anything. But on her show, she has a stroller that also has, like, a carrier attachment, like it's a dual thing, and it looks like, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like a Nuna, that's a brand, a Nuna stroller carrier set that they have. And I looked it up, and that's $1,200. And the reason why I thought it was Nuna and why I think it's Nuna is because my fiance, whenever she had her baby, that's the stroller that he has. They're identical. So I'm like, if no one bought it for you, that means you bought it for yourself, right? And again, that's $1,200. You could have bought a cheaper option if you were really, your pockets were hurting and you're just so broke. So I'm just sick and tired of this narrative that she has absolutely no money. But right there, $1,900 plus $1,200, what's that? Quick math, $3,100 just bloop, fucked away for no absolute reason. Like, if you were really broke, you would go for a lot cheaper options. Not to mention, the girl goes on a baby moon, and everyone's like, why are you going on a baby moon? Apparently it's, like, kind of a popular thing. I don't really know anyone that's ever been on a baby moon, but girl, if you're going on a baby moon, that costs money, right? And I looked up the exact room that they got at the place that they got it at, and it was $400 a night for 3 nights. Go ahead and do the math. 4, 8, 12. Another $1,200 on a baby moon to just get away, right? So I'm so sick of this narrative that Gypsy Rose Blanchard is just so poor and so broke. Not to mention, she also just got a house. Like, girl, be so for real. And it's like she doesn't even try to hide the fact that she's spending, like, thousands and thousands of dollars on stuff like that. And it's like, girl, you are apparently smart, right? And extremely manipulative. So how are you gonna sit here and say you're so broke, but then publicly talk about how much money you're spending on all of this shit? Like, that's not very good manipulation tactics, Gypsy. Like, I don't know if Ken's D is just getting you so jumbled up in the head that you can't even keep your lies straight, or keep yourself from, like, showing the truth but telling lies. I don't know what's going on, but girl, you gotta get better. Another lie that Gypsy Rose Blanchard told that has nothing to do with finances is all about Ryan Anderson. Girl, she was talking about how unattracted she was to Ryan and how she didn't like Ryan and it just wasn't there for her, and she doesn't have a long, like, actual past, like, like she hasn't been with a lot of people, so she never really knew what it was like. But girl, how are you gonna sit here and say you just weren't attracted to him? You were married to him for like 3 years, and 100,000 billion% he came and visited you in prison. There are photos of y'all together in prison, so you know what he looked like, right? He visited you before you decided to marry him. So you know what he looked like, and you still decided to marry him anyway. So was that because you really weren't attracted to him and you were using him because you didn't want to live with Rod and Christy? Like, what was the real reason if it wasn't attraction? And I kind of see it, because in her first season of the show, Ryan was, the first night she got out, like, he was trying to get with her and like consummate the marriage, if you will. And I think it's really weird that a lot of people were calling him weird for that. Like, they had been married for 3 years. If I was married to someone for 3 years and I haven't had the opportunity to like get it going right, I would be looking forward to doing that with them as well. So I didn't never agree with that was weird of Ryan. That's his wife. He wanted to sleep with his wife. Like, none of that was ever crazy to me. And Gypsy didn't feel like she was into it, and she never said anything at that time about him being unattractive. It was probably because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. She just got out of prison for the first time in like 8.5 years, and she was just like, holy shit, like culture shock, like I'm out of prison all of a sudden and I have a husband. So I don't think that was the reason why, but I think she's still capping about that. Because also you have to remember, she was so down to publicly talk about her and Ryan's egg's life. You know what I mean? Like getting it on life. Like she was talking about the D is fire, and he's good at what he does, and the man can eat, and like all that stuff like that, and how often they were getting it on. So it's like, girl, you didn't seem unattracted to him when you were shouting from the rooftops, posting photos, posting videos, posting captions, the D is fire, I'm really getting it on. Like, it seemed like you were having a good time. So are you lying now saying you weren't attracted to him, or were you lying then? Like, where you lied, but I'm just trying to figure out where it was, because it's been proven, like, you're a very jealous woman. Like, you were like, Ryan needs to move on. Like, I'm so sick of Ryan talking about me. Like, it's never gonna happen, buddy. But as soon as he posted a video of some girl dancing on him, you were like, oh, like, you were pissed about it. You're like, that's my husband. Like, you were so frustrated with it. So obviously you're jealous. So you had to have some sort of attraction, feelings to him then, right? But now you're like, oh, like, Ken's so amazing, and Ken's so great, and Ken really knows what I like, and that's how those relations are supposed to be. And I never felt that with Ryan, but it's giving you did feel that way with Ryan, because you were going all over like channels, like what are they called, interviews, all of that stuff, talking about how the D is fire. But I think your ego is still bruised, because he did get to a point where he's like, you know what, actually I don't want you back, like, good luck, babe. And so now you're like, oh no, I just was never attracted to him. Like, you're trying to put him down, and I get it. Like, I'm not personally attracted to Ryan Anderson. I feel like a lot of people are not, but a lot of people are. And I feel as if you were, again, because you were married to him for 3 years. You decided to get married. You decided to say the D is fire and everything's so great. So I think your ego is just bruised, and you're just trying to tear him down, and it makes you, again, just look like a fucking liar. At the end of the day, I'm sorry, but girl, time and time again over the years, you have lied through your teeth. You've gloated about lying. You said you lied to your attorneys. Maybe this is the first time I'm ever telling the truth. Haha, you probably still lied then. So when you lie and lie and lie and lie, everyone's gonna think you're a liar. And I think it. I feel like everyone else thinks it. And girl, you're just perpetuating that narrative that you're an absolute liar, because every single thing, every time you open your mouth, you say one thing, and then 3 weeks later you say the complete opposite. So girl, at some point, everyone would love it if you tell the truth about one thing. You told the waiter that you did like the food that he brought you when you didn't like it. Like, girl, even something stupid as liking a meal you lie about. Like, holy crap. And personally, I'm just curious. She's going on and on about Ken and how frequent they get together. It was like 12 times in 4 days or something like that. That's what it's supposed to feel like. Fireworks. He just knows how to do it. Like, she didn't say for him the D is fire, but she made it clear as day that he has got it. He knows what he's doing, and he's real damn good at it, and she's loving it. She's having the best time. And I guess one of my questions would be is, girl, when y'all break up, when that's all publicized, whenever it comes out that y'all break up and you speak out against Ken and try to paint him as the villain, as you do with all of your exes and everyone in your life that you do not like, you know what she does? She paints him as a villain. They're the worst person. They did this to me. They said this to me. Because remember, they're breadcrumbing their breakup already with him not being able to communicate, them going to couples therapy, him in this most recent episode telling her there. Can you shut up sometimes? And then what, the hairbrush, the dinner where he's like, I like to shame her. Like, I just wanted to shame her a little bit. Remember the breadcrumbing, right? I'm wondering when she speaks out against Ken and tries to paint him as the most absolute villain, as she does, if she's gonna be like, yeah, he didn't know what he was doing. The D was not fire. Like, I was not attracted to Ken because, girl, that would be crazy. I would be, what's the word? Disappointed, but not surprised, I guess, because that's what she does. She seems so happy, so fulfilled in every single relationship, whether it's romantic or not. But as soon as someone does her wrong, as soon as she's done with them, cuts ties with them, she just drags them down and makes them seem like they were the worst person ever. So I'm genuinely curious, because she's talked so highly of Ken and how in love she is with Ken and how she never got over her love for Ken and she's just so happy to get Ken back. And that's the only time she cries. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. That's the only time she cries, is whenever she talks about her love for Ken. She has fake tears when she talked about her missing her mom, fake tears when she recalled what happened to her mom, fake tears about this, fake tears about that, all this stuff. Fake tears about, I hope I'm a good mother, but not a tear fell. The only tear she's ever cried is for Ken and his love for her. So I'm wondering, when they publicize the breakup, when she speaks out against Ken, which she inevitably will do, and paint him as the villain, what are you going to say? Are you going to say the D was not fire? Are you going to say you weren't fulfilled? You weren't happy? You thought you were getting into a fairy tale you always wanted, but whenever you got into it, it was just nothing like you ever pictured. Like, you thought it was going to be like this, but it was really like this, and you just weren't happy. Like, what is it? What is it? I will be, again, disappointed but not surprised if she turns around and says Ken D was not fire. What do y'all think? And in the spirit of Ryan Anderson, let's take a poll. Let me know in the comments, do you think Gypsy Rose has ever told the truth about absolutely anything in her entire life? Or do you think every single word that comes out of her mouth is just another lie and a manipulation tactic? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching.